All right, yes, I saw a makwa baby at the back people so channel so YouTube. Yada masi say abrenya abribiano. Muguso na mo share yan video see. Yada masi pa yani so hwa mo share no. We are extremely grateful. Keep watching us. And then all your questions will be to me at the aba. Your question bi no bi busa say o matisa Asante Kotoko. Ewo Nigeria trip bi eko. Yakwen ho research ni nyina. When we see those questions, my catch messages ana ya pepe. E de adwuma ba me yekoye na ma soma ye. Ma hu so obi so heart folk support bi so de adwuma bi aba. Se menye. Ai ma hu sa message no. Eno so ma ye ho adwuma. Na say na ya ye pe no. Devoid of insults, acrimony, insinuations and aspersions. It helps at this level of our maturity. Say we do obi atem ne ade no fa so ni so. Nti yɛne sɔ paa sɛ mohwɛ me patwɔ sɛ nnɛ ɛyɛ da di kan yɛ a wohwɛ Pepe Sois channel ni bia bɔmmɔden sɛ wobɛsubscribe to channel no ɛde ama yɛ so wohwɛ video no bo sɛ subscribe ɛgu hɔ subscribe na wode wo sɛ mia so wode wo sɛ mia so a na ayɛ subscribed di ɛba betwa toɔ na afei wo nso wabɛka yɛn abusuakuo no it is a growing family over 45,000 subscribers and we are still counting it bɛka wo bi afei Pepe Sois extra and the only Black Stars and national teams as any year. Now the Black Stars will be in action tomorrow, 6 p.m. at the Unity Cup, or London, Brentford Stadium. First game in Abaso, I'm Jamaica. One more eating cream over TNT, Trinidad and Tobago. And Ghana and Nigeria will be eating cream. No, we share Jamaica. Now I'll be losing. We share Trinidad and Tobago. I won't update you now. We call Pepe Sois extra. Extra near XTRA. I also na ya subscribe was our channel no so efa my meda se pa afi yenko yenim so Asante Kotoko mame fan to just say meeting kese ekoso Monday meeting no atwa so Tuesday and Wednesday details if you eba Asante Kotoko meeting akese na akoso. Now, last week, I already told you about some of the meetings and paying for a better last week. We catch up some of the meetings and paying for a better. And some meetings na akoso. Na meetings na akoso. Me san so ahwe se de to dwa no me di mu nsam de ebema. So say Kotoko yakaze management akohia on say Monday bi omoye what we call the technical stroke management meeting. Mondays, technical stroke management meeting. Inti Nana Penkra Kosi wa chairman, James Kosi appear the sporting director, Malik Jaber the technical advisor. Then if the communications director is around, he's there. The administrative manager Richard Osakoto is there. No, so adjoining. Nafi, wamo awura ensemunum. Then the technical team led by the head coach, Karim Zito Subaba. Now, also at the report on the game that they have played at the Aba. Then, how he's going to approach the next game, and then you may be honest with him. No, they are too management team. I've always repeated this. And Mondays, and as a meeting normally, a course Mondays, and as a meeting, a course. So that meeting was held. And coach Karim Zito, after talking about the BBN Go Stars game, and on your man, or no, a day, list of players are so far management I can say on from the request at the buy a meeting I say my fan to just say okay say Monday be video be my na coach Abdul Karim Zito HC dibri kasa call a Ford referee no bra omo je konkons outside we di akotko no say issue na ba management omo dey kobo and then management wanted to officially protest referee Robert Muse in Chomubusa coach the opinion on those decisions. And in fact, management at the one of a protest the GFA about this particular referee. And they've chronicled a lot of things you see on match. And I'm going to link the SEC that as a camera said, the mind I'm sorry what once a match the team. In Tibia, next time say game a bus on paying for and match referee emben Asante Kotoko wanom egi nti no nkomodi a ekoso enso ewo na mede won sem no ede emam. Now Asante Kotoko, after the review of the game that was played on Sunday Bibiani, and then the preview of the game that will be played on Sunday Babayaran, coach has submitted a list. Makacho say baby adruno for Kotoko. Omu recruitment plan no, they've activated it. Kotoko and to be. But of course, on bayantem a room our transfer market no. It's every position our coach Epibiano. Last week, me chim extra demonstration as a coach. Ebe A, B, C, sometimes D account. It's a left backer. Coach, because my first option is Binyana. My second option here, my third option here, maybe my fourth option. No, about the next position here, a DM. The first option here, it's San or Bayano. If four positions are, the coach may end up with maybe a 4x4, which is 16. What tells you as a coach, you go to 16 players, and yes, I'm here. I mean, Chirimunjel. Chisa Kotoko, I mean, you Kotoko scenario. Se Ferika Sare are extending a contract to goalkeeper. So, in goalkeeping, coach, never let's say 3 or 4, but in one position. You get one, the others, you forget it. But let's say 3 or 4 names. Left back, Kotoko be here back. And also be a coach, let's say another 4 players. So, goalkeepers, let's say 4. Left back, let's say 4. Be a Kotoko, one holding midfielder. Now, coach, as I let's say 4. Kotoko a left winger, left-footed winger with numbers, goals, and assists. Now, coach, I call list 4. Kotoko a striker. Now, coach, I list 4. Into 4 times 5, which is 20. But in natural fact, they are looking for 5 players. Tute, now I be obi koliki. Say, hey, coach, you didn't call the boss up 20 players. There be coach employ 20 players. Coach employ 5 players for the 5 positions. Name a alternate A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. IV. You can name it. So they wouldn't be no one naming sir. And they throw a cut. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D. It may end up say on paper a 20 players and also for the 5 positions, but we are looking for 5 players. Me sure say we are clear. What you want say? It's coach as submit sa list no at the Emma management. Now one discussion a PMO hopa a transfers incoming transfers at the meeting that was held. Incoming transfers. Masada na majebre chirichirim. Outgoing transfers were not mentioned. Outgoing players ebeko, they did not mention it. As we speak, the management has not settled on players. Weni echo. If you last week, maybe see Tuesday training, Coach James Kwesiapia has always been at the training grounds. He's always been there. If you so too quite by the Malik Jaber is always there. Reason is season baby na coach a recommendation. Mempa so mesi mempa benten, mempa kwesi mempa kwia. It sounds almost social matches. No more training, they will question coach. And this is normal way, and now will be you as a move. Coach, what say umpe equia, umpe asumesi umpe obinte, umpe koju. Yanya dwene no koju boy, they said dia dia mai. Omro koju so. No obro koju so kura bra koju ban. No ya de che dia de be your work to improve the player. No ma disanko no. Oh, there be na coach a chechim. There be akoda ne say ABCD nti. There be ontimi moye. Ye wi a na se management a convince coach then the player will stay. Ye wi na se coach no a convince management why obi betima better than him, the player will leave. But a meeting no a meeting no. Tuesday and Wednesday meeting no more. Players outgoing players The focus was on incoming players. Incomings. Him for an album. So that was the focus. Omwa, one album and a focus of the discussion. And Omo Mubam no, Makacho management, I settle on some few positions and the positions that incoming players at the baba and more five positions. And now something eduku ama mo a na mo yede de na empam eduku na nya ni obi akra no atum. Eduku is not having playing time. It is the reason he's not scoring. If you give Eduku playing time like Opoku bo, he said yeah, Abetamoa Airborna, he will score. The good news, and say both Abetamoa and Opoku stay fit and they are scoring. So Bibi Sina Bakuni ho suspension ba obi mfase primary praba. I can tell you, say Minchani Eduku a quality replacement at the Masango for me. Into that discussion, but se Opoku kwa any striker Bakuba become a nine. Management spoke about Opoku Mebaso. Meeting, no, there was something specific about Kwame Pukubeyi and Mebaso Nam Boso at the amount. So the incoming players goalkeeping at the same Kotoko last meeting with a goalkeeper for Kasari Bebaso Yamaso, a basso with the briefing at the mount. The meeting Bebaso no, Omum PM free dining. I'll tell you whether Frederick will continue with Kotoko or not. But the meeting last week, so this week so far, a maso. Let people stop giving Frederick Asari some bad publicity and bad name. And was so pay and I was so pay and was so pay. Please ask your sources at Kotoko. Omo meeting no mo ye ne sanse no ba kokora mpie ho. Stop giving Frederick Asari that bad publicity. If he decides to leave, fine. You can sit and say, oh, but ke turning ya bibi o ho a. Obviously nkeye. Frederick is not even keeping the post at this time. All those are factors, but baso. But meeting be a maso. It is a meeting, baso na Fred, and me extend there. Then management will now talk about Aziz Haruna Dari. So what I say. Matisse and go for Bosulum and Agbisi to Asante Kotoko for red at the council. Any conversation between Karim Zito and Agbisi a personal. The boy respected Karim Zito as a father. He see him as a father figure. So if they have convo and you have heard it, it is not a deal to bring him to Asante Kotoko. Take it from me. As someone may come and tell you, you should take it from me. Yana media make up vividly. I know what I'm talking about. Inti, I know encounter crying for and to baby. Nafi, young Kwame. Now, the next thing that was discussed, Kwame Opoku, who is in London now. Yen na ye bompire the attack Kwame Opoku echi. Ye bompire attack Kamaradini Mahmoud echi. Ye bompire attack goalkeeper Benjamin Asari echi. Ni ye bompire attack Razak Simpson. It's a coach. And mom playing time. No one playing time. Woman justify. No one chile coach in the entire. More local players could be looked at when it comes to the Black Stars of Ghana. And for Kwame Opoku especially, the bompire the man pass enko ye famano. Ne bianca Ghana versus Nigeria. Ye panya ye se Kwame ato atena. Hey, ganya asem ketwa o. Kwame Opoku akoposo atena o. Kenya asem ketwa kra. But then ni nyina no empaibo ene de etanichi. Kwame Opoku issue about management meeting ase pa. And what was the discussion about? So Asante Kotoko enim the interest clubs, not just one club, clubs a show in omo player Kwame Opoku Beye. Asante Kotoko enim. Now the interest is such that Kamia say clubs no omo pe Kwame Opoku no. Omo san so willing to pay reasonable price for Kwame Opoku. So Kwame Opoku ba Asante Kotoko. I think he signed 2.5-year deal. It's on Sunday about half season. And as a about season, you know about joining half season. So he signed 2.5-year deal with Asante Kotoko. And no any dealer Kwame Asante. Enti so Kwame Opoku Kotoko ni official announcement 3 year no. And Kotoko betu just say they have their striker back. Uzo aboko to that and okoye and wasamba. Now I want to be sure here and get something and read for you on Kwame's contractor or sign here with Asante Kotoko. So Kotoko announced Kwampuku, we the old one, no, a brother old one. No. So he signed a 2.5 year deal. Kwampuku signed a 2.5 year deal. And a half near Yabo, 2 years for Kotoko. Asante Kotoko management to seek to extend the stay of Kwame Puku or sell him. Nene, management has set a price range within which if a club is able to fall within that range, they will sell. A price range. So Kwame signed a 2.5 year deal with Asante Kotoko. Mekai said, or signing you know, can't say because it feels amazing to be back at Kotoko. This club has always felt like home, and I'm excited to help the team succeed. The unwavering support from the fans, even while I was away, has been incredible, and I'm determined to give my all on the pitch to make them proud. And indeed, he's making everybody proud. Indeed, he's making everybody proud because he joined in the second round, and in the second round, Kwame Pukwashe goes, a chain player beer league or 11 goals contribution in 16 games wabo in the GPL in the second round. Fantastic numbers. And ikuna Kwame Opoku ya ono assign 2 years at the Asante Kotoko. And then management and running nina komudie no eguso ayekos because some rumors no say there's no iota of truth in it. No kore ewum. Makacha say clubs from Saudi Arabia, from South Africa. Then we are hearing Europe, either Turkey or Greece. Mubako. And now face no yate say the Gulf region, UAE, Qatar, that area and also deals be more. So the decision of the entire Kotoko management on Kwampuku in here. Say Kwame ebetiasie on said the ultimate don't play abroad play an onko. Kotoko management there. Omo penisen kombe yisu Kwame edna ball the Africa no abo season no kwade amom. Next season they want to win the league. Kaise Kotoko Eji League ache. So they want to reclaim their glory, which is winning the Ghana Premier League. They are the most successful club in the history of the Ghana Premier League. And they want to get back to that level. Now, if they will get back to that level, they need strikers like Kwame Poku. Into the first option, they say, Kotoko bet me offer a 2-year contract extension to Kwame Poku. So Kwame, extend your stay for the next 2 years for us. But they know it will be difficult. So Kwame, Ebejatum say or extend it for the next 2 years or so at the club. Until then, quickly, if there is a good deal, they will sell and use the money to finance another striker with me Abaye Juan at Yama Asante Kotoko. Now Kotoko nya so mfa so okra. Tina na me ka chem say Makocha kem say euro number 12 cities so. Euro no and so fall about 12 cities. So let's use 300,000 euros by 12 and that is 3.6 million Ghana cedis, 36 billion old cedis. Ajaze. Asante Kotoko is setting a range of between 300 and 500,000 euros as the value of Omriatu Kwampuku. Between 300 and 500,000 euros. It will a club now approach Kotoko first. I say, no. Kotoko bought from their ceiling, the upper ceiling. Until about 500,000. Ebiana, maybe 120 share, master. Ebiana, what do you want? 450. My 200 page, no, they are not deep. No more dancing around it. As a club near willing to pay 300, 350, 400 could sell. But it will not go below 300,000 mark. No, setting. It will be setting range. You have the upper limit and the lower limit. So the upper limit in this instance, 500,000. It can go beyond that. The lower limit is the 300,000. It cannot go below that. What does it? It's a 300,000 to 500,000 or more. If you 300, go see 500, that's air quality. But the lower limit of 300, it will not go below that. I don't know, no-go area. Say, you better say no-go area. And this is something that was discussed at the Asante Kotoko management meeting held at the Asante Kotoko secretariat. We said yeah, meeting I want to is a koye and me yin simina and so at the amount. Minim say abi akamu a ye koye bani na ye kaibi ye kaibi. In fact, work on the Adakojachi project was also discussed. Then an apenkra briefed the rest of the management team on the meeting one opemso ekohia no. On the last week 2 meetings eba so ewo the Mensha Palace. It na apenkra so e de enkomo afiri manhia no e de ball other management members are omo ankosa meeting ni bi no. E kire omo where they've been given approvals, where they need to still do some negotiations, where they need to do A, B, C, D, all of that. Or the answer at the ball. One more on your juma as the management of Asante Kotoko. This is we are exclusive. We are fella union baby you room ya kofan 7 ediaba. Na ye de abrel. Now in our next episode, Kotoko Nigeria Kobo tournament. I want something to say. Is it true at all? Are Kotoko going? When would they go? When is the tournament going to be played? What are the details of that? Stay tuned. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel. Nafi, unyankrum pochwe diampo.